Harleen. I go by the pen name Hark, and I've been writing on WebNovel for 5 years now. So I've been an avid reader for years, and I've exhausted the local library, so I wandered onto the online platforms. I looked at other platforms, and then in about 2018 I was brought to WebNovel by a novel called Full Marks. So it was interesting. It was interesting to read the synopsis, and that's how I stumbled onto WebNovel. So my first novel also started on WebNovel itself. That was the first time I wrote a story. I was not too sure how it would do, and so I just thought, okay, I'll take a risk and just publish it. It's anonymous as it is. Nobody's going to be judging me for it. So yeah, that's why I wrote. I've had stories going on in my head for forever, but writing it down was the first time on WebNovel itself. Yeah. I think writing for the first book was very difficult in terms of I was writing very little. Like my chapters were about 400 words, that's it. So I had to learn how to write more, how to explain better, how to work on the background, on the actions and the scenery, etc. So yeah, that was difficult, and as a learning experience for me, I've learned about it. Writing dialogues was another difficult that I still struggle with at times. So yeah, that was a bit difficult, challenging. I read many things specifically focused on how to write dialogues, not to repeat some certain words like said, or quotations, and try to put it as naturally as we would. So that's how I try to overcome that. I think it's been working for me for now. Let's see how long it works. I think I've written about 10 completed web novels on WebNovel, and I'm writing the 11th one currently. One of mine is incomplete, and I think I just love this line of stories, and it's a universe by itself. You could live so many lives within stories. So it's that I just enjoy that, and I keep continuing to think stories, and then I keep continuing to write them down. So my most popular book is called Husband with Benefits. The topic, the main genre would be contract marriage, and again I like the contract marriages. The one thing I like is where you're still exploring, the male lead and the female lead are getting time to explore themselves. It's like an arranged marriage almost. So I like that fact, and I spend about 2.5 hours writing each day. Yeah, so maximum 3 hours at times when I'm stuck. So it's 3 hours, otherwise 2.5 hours is what I write the most each day. It was challenging because my main villain was the mother of the female lead, which was a very difficult topic to cover because you don't imagine mothers being like that. So that was a difficult one, and then the second challenge that I gave myself was writing a male and female pair with a age gap. So they have a May-December relationship. There's a 14 years age gap in between. So these were the two challenges that I set forth for myself, and I wanted to write something with a bit of action as well. So there's a lot of some places like the female lead is fighting and learning how to defend herself. So yeah, I feel every girl needs to learn that these days, and so that's what I wanted to write. I think read as much as you can. Read other novels that are famous, that interest you, but also read about how they've been written, the struggles of the authors, how they've worked out the kinks and all, because that teaches you more than what reading can teach you. So when you're a reader, you're just reading it for pleasure, but when you're writing, you need to learn how to write, how to connect with most of the audiences who are reading it, and how to explain yourself in a way that it is understood by everyone. So just read more and learn more. Trending topics these days, from what I've seen, readers prefer longer novels compared to the previous readers, to the old readers, and then there's contemporary is very in. gaming is very in, I think, and fantasy is also. I think the biggest, I think, is the world building. Post-apocalypse is what has been trending these days. So yeah, for a new novel, I think I might be going contemporary because that's what I like. But someday I'd like to try transmigration, because transmigration gives me a whole lot of ideas to explore, and maybe modern transmigration might help me write it better. But yeah, that's someday. For now, I'm sticking to contemporary and modern. I love that. I just write more, write as much as you can, and write what you like, because it's that love that shows through. When you're writing something that you're not happy with, that you're not interested in, or when you're not very identifying with it, I think then it'll show through in your work, and that will not bring you any income, because when the reader is not foolish, they understand what they're reading. So you have to love your work as well. The more you love what you're doing, I think it'll give you better income.